Dear students, now we are going to see the transient response analysis of the second order underdamped system based on the location of poles. Myself, Dr. M. Bilju Sirdirajan, Professor and Head, Department of EEE, National Engineering College, Koilpatti. So first we will see the pole location of second order underdamped system. We know well the transfer function of closed loop system is C of s by R of s is equal to omega n square divided by s square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square, where omega n is the undamped natural frequency of the system and zeta is the damping ratio of the system. So we know well the poles of second order underdamped system are nothing but minus zeta omega n plus or minus j omega n in root of 1 minus zeta square, or in other words we can say minus zeta omega n plus or minus j omega d. And for underdamped system we know well your zeta value will be greater than 0 and less than 1. That is the category of underdamped system. So here omega d, the damped frequency of oscillation, that is nothing but omega n in root of 1 minus zeta square. So now we are going to see what may be their pole location like this. So complex conjugate pair is also available. So their location with real part minus zeta omega n and imaginary part is omega d, or we can say omega n root of 1 minus zeta square. So this length represents zeta omega n, this imaginary part represents omega n root of 1 minus zeta square. So this is their location of any pole. So from this, how we are going to find the behavior of the system? So from this real part and imaginary part, we can easily find what may be the damping ratio of the system. So zeta is nothing but cos theta, where theta is nothing but the vector joining from the pole location to origin and with respect to negative real axis, that we can say theta. This theta can be obtained very easily. That is nothing but tan theta is nothing but opposite by adjacent. From that we can easily find theta is equal to tan inverse of your opposite side, that is nothing but omega n in root of 1 minus zeta square divided by omega n into zeta. So obviously this cancel. So we can easily find tan inverse of root of 1 minus zeta square by zeta, or in other words we can say tan inverse of, so this portion represent your imaginary part divided by real part of your pole location. So from the pole location we are saying your real part is minus zeta omega n and imaginary part. So from this your real part and imaginary part of location we can easily find your theta value. If you know theta, we can easily find your zeta value, that is nothing but cos theta. So how we are going to find your omega n? So omega n is nothing but length between your pole location and your origin. Okay, so that can also be easily calculated. So this square is nothing but this square and this square. So omega n is nothing but square root of this square and this square. So that is nothing but your omega n is nothing but root of your real part square plus imaginary part square. So from your real part and imaginary part of pole location we can easily find what may be the omega n value. So from the location we can easily find what may be zeta and what may be omega n, and real part represents zeta omega n and imaginary part represents omega d, and this zeta omega n is we can say inverse of this is nothing but the time constant of your second order system. This omega d is the damped frequency of oscillation. So from this value, what are the time domain specification, we can find it out. So we know well your rise time, that is nothing but pi minus theta by omega d. So we know pi, this theta has to be represented in your radian, that is nothing but tan inverse of your imaginary part divided by real part. So from the location we can find what may be that this should be represented in radian divided by, so omega d is nothing but your imaginary part of your pole location. So you can easily find your rise time. What may be your peak time? That is nothing but pi by omega d. So we can easily find pi divided by imaginary part of your pole location. We can easily calculate what may be your peak time. Similarly, we can easily find peak overshoot. So that is nothing but e power minus theta by divided by root of 1 minus zeta square. So the last slide we have seen from the angle with respect to negative real axis, we can find what may be your zeta value. So from zeta we can easily calculate what may be your peak overshoot using your simple calculation. So what may be your settling time? That is equal to 3 by zeta omega n for 5% tolerance, or we can calculate 4 by zeta omega n for 2% error tolerance. So that is nothing but 3 divided by real part. Zeta omega n is nothing but real part, or we can calculate 4 divided by real part. Okay. So from the presentation we have studied about how we are going to calculate your time domain specification, that is the time transient behavior of your time domain analysis can be carried out with the help of pole location of your second order underdamped system. Thank you.